Tell me about this MacGyver.
Smartest guy I've ever met in my life.
This is gonna suck!
That was awesome!
What's Encyclopedia Brown up to?
I never know. It's part of his charm.
You were saying?
MacGyver, CBS Fridays.
And we'll go to the slides and the swing. And
Don't let the sport coat fool you.
how silly.
Simon Isaacs is ready
No, do not kiss the pole.
for the playground.
Chicken taco?
That's his 2-year-old daughter Kaya selling imaginary tachos.
Oh, here's my taco. Thank you. 6, 7. What's next? 8.
And while Simon's afternoon with her may not look like much, certainly no more than what many moms do every day, the 36-year-old entrepreneur sees it as a small act of revolution.
When you talk about a social movement, are we witnessing it right here, 2 guys on a weekday in a playground?
You know, in itself, it's not a revolutionary act, but the impact of all of it is revolutionary together, meaning, you know, guys involved in their kids' lives in a really deep way. You need help? Let's go. You know, who can only finish half sentences because that's what parenting is about.
Isaac's other baby is a website. He's co-founder of Fatherly, a compendium of practical parenting advice aimed at America's biggest group of new dads, millennials.
The truth is, 80% of millennial dads, 80% of dads that were born after 1980 claim that they're the primary grocery shopper, which sort of blows people's mind when it comes to thinking about sort of what is really happening around the household.
Isaac says today's dads are different. Nearly 2/3 of households with kids have 2 working spouses, and as women have pushed into the workforce, dads have pushed onto the playground, or at least they've tried to.
The number one source of stress, it's basically understanding that we have to work no matter what. I would love to spend more time with him, and sometimes I can't.
A Boston College study out this week found most dads believe childcare should be evenly divided, but only about 1/3 actually get there. Even Simon Isaac's wife, Liza, can relate.
Any partnership is always a balance between sometimes it's 50-50, sometimes it's 20-80, sometimes it's 80-20. I think the intention to strive for 50-50 is a beautiful one, and I think there is, like life, no perfect equation.
Trying to find that perfect equation generally means a lot more work at home for dads, and advertisers have noticed, hailing dads as everyday heroes. It's a portrayal of dad that's a little different from what we're used to. Think Homer Simpson, Al Bundy,
I'm home!
Archie Bunker.
If it's too hot in the kitchen, stay away from the cook.
For a long time, father didn't know best. But real dads have come a very long way since 1966, when President Lyndon Johnson set aside the 3rd Sunday in June for Father's Day, emphasizing dad's strength and stability.
Father would come home, read the newspaper, not pay much attention to the kids really, and still be considered a good father because he was making the family financially stable.
Psychologist Ray Levy grew up in the 1950s, when dads were expected to be breadwinners and disciplinarians, but not much else.
Nobody actually believed that fathers could be warm and soft. That was an unusual father.
We know now kids that get that time and attention from their fathers do better in school, on the job, and in their own relationships. That's according to research that barely existed a generation ago.
That's one of the reasons that we speak of fathers as having been the forgotten parent. Nobody did much research on fathers. It was all on mothers.
Reading and talking and singing to them.
That's why Levy founded the Fatherhood Project out of Harvard's Mass General Hospital. One current study, postpartum depression in men.
The daddies on the bus say, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Its Dads Matter program is part playdate and part workshop for men struggling with the new equation of fatherhood. Fathers like high school teacher Garcia Dalzone.
You know, growing up, you know, in my household, like, you know, my dad giving me a hug and then saying I love you, those things kind of really didn't happen that often.
And though they still trail moms, fathers have nearly tripled the time they spend with their kids. David Anchundia works nights and then takes care of his daughter during the day.
There are some days where I'm just like, I'm beat, and we're there playing, and we'll be playing on the floor, and then next thing I know, she's like, Dada, wake up. And I'm like, whoa, what happened?
That doesn't happen to any of us, just so you know.
As an exercise, the guys try to imagine what their children will say about them in 20 years.
In 20 years, I hope she says that I was there for her, like, no matter how busy I got, no matter how tired I was, that, you know, I made time for her.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Of course, 20 years is a long time.
Clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it.
So if you're lucky enough to have your dad around, whatever his age, now might be the moment to make some time for him.
Oh, yeah. Nice, Herbert. Awesome.
CBS Tuesdays.
What do we know?
NCIS is more than a team.
Care to share?
They're smart,
I'm kind of busy solving murders and fighting crime.
fearless,
We don't dance with the devil.
unpredictable,
Is he implying I'm the good cop?
but most of all,
Good just triumphed over evil.
they're family.
Your family's crazy. Yeah, but they're still family.
TV's most watched drama, NCIS Tuesdays, or stream it live or on demand.